Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Walkstars, and I know that it's been quite some time since I got on here and, made anything. And I promise there is a perfectly reasonable explanation for that, as I haven't been around for quite some time. The channel's been a bit of a ghost town, the stream has been dead, the Discord's been, well, not alive. But I promise, like I said, there was a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. And I wanted you to know that I didn't fall off the face of the earth completely. I'm still here. Life just kind of got in the way. And again, I'm going to explain all of that in just a little bit. But first, I want to give you just a little bit of background about how we got to where we are today. So when I first started this journey, I really wanted to create a positive place on the internet that's free of the typical toxicity that you find in a lot of, unfortunately, internet communities, and create a place where people could be accepted, be themselves, know that somebody out there cares about them, at least as much as a content creator can. And I really focused on not creating parasocial relationships as much as possible, as I know that those can lead to some problems down the road. And eventually the plan was to also be working as a mental health coach, to be working with people to help figure out their own situations through group coaching with people who were involved in the community. That didn't exactly pan out, but that's kind of where the idea started, using games to connect with people and to connect people to other people through things that we enjoy, things that we love. And I basically even made, where did I put it, a whole Venn diagram using what's called the Ikigai formula, which if you're not familiar with, I'd be happy to explain it. Basically, maybe you can't really see it. You can kind of see it. Basically, I put together a whole Venn diagram of the 4 quadrants of finding your purpose in life, which I then extrapolated over here. Now, because it's written in pencil, you can't really see it. But the 4 quadrants were what you love, what the world needs, what can make money, and what you're good at. So basically, I filled in the Venn diagram as it suggested to do so. And what I came out with was creating a non-toxic space on the internet where we can use games to or a non-toxic space at all, where we can use games to connect people to each other and accept donations for that as it happens. And so that's what I set out to do with my channel, with my streaming. I got on Twitch to stream and hopefully make those connections happen, create the community I wanted to see, basically. And for a while, it was really good. I got to kind of play what I felt like playing. I found a group of like-minded people who helped me reach affiliate on Twitch much quicker than I probably could have done so on my own. I reconnected with some old friends who also happened to be in the creator space. I became much more comfortable with being on camera and seeing myself on camera and seeing myself on a screen and editing that and being more expressive. I discovered my love of creating merch and digital art design, and learned a ton of marketable skills like asset creation, video editing, script writing, kind of, a little bit. I discovered personal coaching through my affiliate status with Healthy Gamer GG, and that really changed my life for the better. And I even made a little bit of money. Not much, but yeah, a little bit, through running ads and a little bit of merch sales, and I even think I got a donation once. Pretty exciting stuff. And sure, it wasn't all gumdrops and daisies. I struggled with a bit of imposter syndrome. I had to make a lot of social sacrifices to create content and edit my streams. And based on my life situation, I couldn't always be as expressive as maybe I wanted to be. Eventually, I was booted from said group of like-minded streamers due to inactivity, which I completely understand, no hard feelings. I wasn't actively supporting anybody in the group, so I get it. I'm not upset about it. I'm grateful, actually, that it happened the way it did, because I was able to meet lots of great people, and the people that I chose to connect with outside of that group, I've been able to connect with when I have time to do so, which I'll explain why I haven't been if you happen to be one of those people. But the main thing that I always heard that was holding me back was that because I was only able to stream for 3 hours a week, one night a week, I just wasn't out enough. I wasn't doing enough. There wasn't enough opportunity for people to find me and enjoy the things that I create. But editing just 3 hours of stream per week was already a lot to handle, which would include videos for YouTube, plus thumbnail design and titles, clips for Hover, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts, merch design and research on how to get better at the craft, plus working full-time, plus maintaining a social life, plus maintaining a romantic relationship, plus dealing with life stuff and family stuff, and finally taking care of myself physically and mentally. It just all equaled out to one burnt out boy. It just wasn't sustainable. I did it for over a year, week in, week out. Every single Tuesday you could catch me on Twitch, and it was exciting, it was fun, and we had fun together. But it just wasn't sustainable. Not with everything else going on. Something had to give. And at this point, unfortunately, creating content was what had to give. For a while anyway. And then I did something crazy. And that was, I got a second full-time job. So I started working for the city this summer in order to make, some more money. And I ended up making more than I've ever made before, and found myself getting out of debt, being able to do more things, being able to go on more adventures with my partner, just having that freedom that a little bit more money offers. But I was also working 15-hour days 3 out of 5 days a week. In any given 72-hour period, say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I would be working 48 out of 72 hours. A full work week in 3 days, plus lunch. More than a full work week in 72 hours. Plus another 15 hours on top of that. And it was too much. There was literally not enough hours in the day to do everything that I wanted to. And I tried. I really tried. I tried to juggle all of these things, even while my partner was away for her job. I tried to juggle all these things, and I really just couldn't do it. There wasn't enough hours in the day. And so content creation, the thing that at this point wasn't taking off, wasn't doing as well as I'd like it to have been doing, took a back seat. It had to take a back seat. I had to take it off the fire for a little bit. And so I disappeared. I went on hiatus for a while, for a few months. And I do have plans to come back. I've still been on this hiatus. I'm still working for the district. I'm still doing more than one job at a time here. I do have plans to come back. I do have a lot of interesting things in the work. I don't know what exactly the timeline looks like yet, but I know that my last day with my contract is at the end of October. So things might lighten up after October. But I would ask that you bear with me just a little bit longer, because I've got some really cool things in the pipe. I'm thinking, now that I've got a little bit more space on my desk, I've cleaned it up a whole lot, about doing some MTG, Magic the Gathering deck building streams, where we start out with just an idea, and by the end of the stream we have a full playable deck, and then maybe playing that deck on Spell Table with people if they want to. I'm thinking about getting into Gunpla building, just because those model kits are really cool, and my only consideration with that is that I don't really have anything to do with them once they're done. But it might be something to get into. And I'm thinking about maybe doing a call-in stream, but maybe not. I don't know about that one yet. That one's still a little bit funky weird. I'm thinking about developing a podcast. I just need to find a host. So if you think you'd be a good co-host to host a podcast with me, let me know. I'm thinking about doing it sort of all about games, movies, and shows that or artists or albums that we've always been told we should listen to, but haven't got around to for whatever reason, and finally getting around to them. I'm not going to reveal the name just yet because it's not quite there. And there's also a lot of really incredible games coming out in the next year or so that are going to be worth playing and are going to be worth streaming, and it'll be a joy to play and stream with you hanging out. So, like I said, there's a lot coming down the pipe. And I'm working on new merch designs too. So like, yeah, I've been gone, but there's a lot of cool stuff coming. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for understanding that life kind of gets in the way. And I hope that when we can finally come back and finally do the creation and the community and the fun again, that you're there with me, because it's just been so much fun, and it's been so much fun to connect with people that I never would have connected with without this opportunity. So if you're just getting to the channel for the first time, there's lots. If this is the first video you're seeing, I'm sorry that it's so much newer than everything else I've made, but there's hours of content on the channel if you're interested in going back and watching it and sort of seeing how things work. I'm also thinking about getting more into voiceover work again, and doing some more narrating for audiobooks. So if you know anybody who is looking for a voiceover artist, I've got a website you can check out, and you should absolutely check out, actually. There's just so much on the docket that it might be overwhelming, but understand that this hiatus isn't because I didn't want to do it anymore. This hiatus has not been because I stopped having fun. This hiatus has not been because, God, I'm choking up here. This hiatus has not been because I couldn't do it anymore. It was because there wasn't enough time. There hasn't been enough hours in the day for me to really dive into the things that I want to dive into. And I wasn't able to put on the show that you deserve. And to me, that's the worst, that's the saddest part, is that I wasn't able to create something that I would want to see. So I had to take a step back. But I'm looking forward to taking that step forward again with what I'm creating. And what I'm able to do with my skills and with my, I guess, personality. I don't know what I'd call that. But thank you for being here. Thank you for checking this out. Thanks for giving this goober on the internet who doesn't really know much a chance. And I hope that I see you when I'm back and I'm able to do more creation again. My name is Walkstar. Thank you again. Drink some water and have a great day.